Hey guys, just a short video today about how to go from flipping trainers to, okay, if it will focus, to flipping live blades. Got the beautiful sun here. We're going to get that lovely exposure here for with the one Tsunami. Absolutely stunning knife. I mean, just take a look at how this glistens in the sun. Oh my word. Shit. Yeah, so we're just going to be kind of talking about it. And honestly, it's mostly a mental thing. It's not even a physical... Dude, that combo. I've been trying to learn a combo by Balisong Sam. My fingers are hella slippery today. And I mean, I'm actually taking it to the live blade maybe for the second time. First time on the Tsunami. But yeah, all it is really is you just have to learn to respect the knife a bit more. I wouldn't say it's actually very different. The only thing is, if you throw an aerial and you mess it up, you just no longer catch it. It's something where I wouldn't really risk trying to catch a falling knife, because that's just unsafe, right? I was going to try how well is my frame centering in this video, right? Oh, can we do a Murnox ladder, a bit of it? Boom. Or just see if we can get that third ladder in. But yeah, no, so it is mostly the thing where, oh my goodness, it's a knife, it's a scary knife. The only real kind of fear, I would say, the fear that's the most real is the fear of the tip, right? That's one thing where you don't really consider, because I mean the tip is more likely to cut you than the actual blade, the edge of the knife. Oh my word, look at how this thing glistens. Sure, you get the thumbnail in there. Because the actual blade of the knife, it will cut you eventually, right? You'll eventually mess up. You'll make some sort of mistake. I think my most recent cut is there. You can see kind of there, right? That's my most recent cut. I was a horrible choker fan. And you will eventually get cut by one of these things. So that's one thing you just kind of have to accept, switching to a live blade from a trainer. Sorry, there's no script for this video, right? So it's going to be a bit sporadic. But so once you get over that fact, would have caught you at the wrong time. Again, you see, once I drop the knife, once I feel that it's going, I don't try to catch it or something like that, right? Where I can put myself in a purposefully dangerous situation where the blade is flying towards my fingers. I just avoid the knife. Or something like this. If you drop a choker fan, right, there's going to be lots of dropping, but thankfully it's on grass, so it's fine. It'll all clean out really easily, which is nice. Let's do a cheeky blender. Which, fun fact, I actually learnt the blender without realizing I'd learnt the blender. But yeah, so in short, really, it is, the blade will cut you eventually. You will mess up. And the tip is kind of spooky, so I would say don't attempt aerials until you're really confident with aerials on a trainer. It's really not worth it, right? Aerials really aren't worth it on a live blade until you feel you're confident that you can do them. I know it's nice to chuck an ice pick aerial or so after a combo. You do your little thing there. And I messed up there. Oh my word, this is so much nicer outside though. This is my first time really flipping this knife outside, and I somehow, oh wow, look at that, it's going into the dirt. And I mean, okay, yeah, so we got some classic. Yeah, so it's obviously nice to kind of do your combos, but if it gets to a dangerous situation, honestly drop the knife. It's better to drop alive than it is to try and catch it and then cut yourself excessively. It's all about just doing your safety, to be honest, and all about being a lot more accurate with your tricks than you might otherwise be. And that's just what it comes to when it comes to being a live blade. I'd say this isn't actually very different to flipping a trainer. Other than, you know, if I do this, I don't go instinctively to try and catch it, because you have to be a bit more alert, right? When it comes to flipping a live blade. That's my reverse. I'm still not really sure how to come out of those. I'm learning reverse chaplain, so I can open like that. Doing a whatchamacallit, a short stop. If you have any tips on a short stop, because I know it's like this, and then you catch like that, and then you do that, right? Obviously, that's, of course, it wasn't in frame. Let's see if we can get a bit more of a side-on view. But it's around, you do this, and it's something like that, right? And it's just working on that, getting it smooth, so I can end my half kiss goodbye. Dude, I need to stop dropping this thing. My half kiss goodbye with something like that, actually, to be honest. That's quite a nice one. One thing I have noticed is, you know, live blades have been also, for higher end designs, they've got a little bit of a space here, so that if you do ring of shame yourself, you won't necessarily cut yourself, or if you do cut yourself, it won't be as bad. For example, on the Prisma, there is the bite mark indicator. On the live blade, the blade doesn't start until after where that bite mark indicator would end. And I think that's a very nice feature. Dude, I need to get better at that palm fan as well. But yeah, also, a little thing is I'm thinking about grabbing this in green as a beta, right? Because I really like this knife. But this is like kind of almost grail status in terms of how beautiful it is. And also I've heard that some people's design here does like rub off, or like the anodization just kind of wears off. I don't know if that's from having acidic sweat or what the issue is there when it comes to that. But I want one, I'm debating either green or kind of grey, so I can maybe get it anodized. But if it's a beta, it's like, I don't know. So maybe green to match the Orca that I have, the green Orca. But honestly, I'm not really sure. But yeah, when it comes to switching to a live blade, just in summary, for those of you who are still here after 7 minutes, honestly, it's more a mental thing than an actual physical difference, right? I've not cut myself in a while, and I very seldom do. That could have been so nice. And that's mostly just due to having a respect for the knife, right? It's not something that I will do, right? Especially, sometimes I'll notice when I'm doing rollovers and stuff, my index finger will be out of the way a bit more. Like, I'll be substituting it a lot more with my middle finger here, especially when doing catches and wrist passes and so on, just because I find it's a lot easier in the moment if I'm in the middle of a combo, because sometimes my flips aren't the cleanest, and I do switch between bellies very often. Oh my word, this thing absolutely glistens in the sun. Really hoping this picks up on camera. Like, oh my word. Can we just get another money shot? Oh my goodness, absolutely stunning. Look at the inside. Absolutely stunning knife. You can see why I want to keep this in a 10 out of 10 condition as it is at the moment. Tolerances, by the way, after having it for a little while. There is wiggle, which I can probably fix by swapping out the washers, but I've got the... and then that's the play. So there is play, right? That's the play. There is play. Well, there is a teeny bit of play, right? I've seen Krakens with more play than that. But honestly, it doesn't have any tap. It doesn't affect the knife or whatsoever. That was just a bad choker. Ugh. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If I've missed something, and if you've got any concerns about switching to lives, because obviously I did start on a trainer, my first live with the Chap clone. One thing as well I will mention though quickly is heavy knives are a lot scarier to flip as a live than lighter knives. For example, I love this thing. This thing is like a very low cut risk, because if I do cut myself, I know it's not going to be deep, it's probably not going to be serious. But with the Chap, for example, I would cut myself, and you know, there was the chance that it was just an absolutely devastating cut. Like this scar there. That's from the first time I tried to do a helix. Oh my word, how am I forgetting how to do a helix? What? Boom, boom. Wait, hang on. What? There we go. Yeah, first time I did a helix, I did that rollover. and it just kind of, the blade skimmed me, right? It just went towards me, and just completely lost control, and it skimmed like a piece of skin off me, right? Left the nerve endings exposed there. So it wasn't a particularly bad cut, but it was, you know, a cut nonetheless. And that was my first experience with the live blade, because these clones do come crazy sharp. So yeah, maybe I'll suggest getting a bit of a lighter knife as your first kind of live blade. Maybe get the Tanto Kraken, which it is confirmed I'm having another Tanto Kraken come on, because I never did a official review of that knife, even though I really did like it. It'll be the same color, right? I'll even do another unboxing of it. And we also have the Arm Shark Kraken, should be with us within a couple of weeks. Maybe the next week after this video comes out, either next week or the week after. Oh no, but this video comes out this week, Sunday, so maybe next week, maybe the week after. Hopefully by then we should have both of those knives, at least one of them on the channel. Probably the Arm Shark Kraken first, because, you know, that's a knife that's here. And also I kind of have a bit of a poll to ask you guys, and I'll be asking you in the beginning of the next video as well. What do you want to see next? I'm tempted to get a Prisma V2. There's the cat over there, you can see that. A Prisma V2, because I am very much tempted to get a Prisma V2. It is absolutely stunning knife. I do want to get another one of these, so I'm kind of sold on this. Another live, just the regular stonewash instead. Maybe do a comparison between how they flip, both of these. Or a Polaris, right? A Polaris could be quite a nice knife to get. And that's the kind of three I'm kind of tempted between. I also really want to get the Serif O, right? The one that's got the Opus blade on it. But then again, that's a crazy expensive knife. But yeah, so really between the Polaris and the Prisma V2, what would you guys like to see? Or any other kind of knives you'd like to see on the channel. But the Prisma is really kind of depending on the colorway that comes out this week. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe and all that, because it really helps, especially for a longer video like this. I know most of you won't watch this. Most of you won't get to this part, but for those of you that are, you know, I like to keep it real. I don't want to put the stuff necessarily at the beginning all the time, even though it's better for like algorithm and all that stuff. It's I'd much rather be real and have content that is, you know, kind of valuable. And if you guys watch this at 2x speed, which, you know, I don't mind, you know, go for it. You know, you guys make it here as well, just the same as everyone else. So yeah, thank you. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.